Hello and welcome to the channel. It's really windy out today and I've done absolutely nothing. So I figured today I put on my gardening clothes since I have not really had on my gardening clothes in quite a while, and I do a little gardening because I really need to. So in today's video, I am going to finally take off that air layer. I'm going to see if it's ready to go. It should be. It's been 5 months. I can't believe it's been 5 months. But today we're going to take off that fig air layer. We're going to pot it up in its own pot and get it ready to grow all on its own. So if you'd like to see what that air layer looks like 5 months later, stay tuned. Now the wind is really kicking up today, so I hope you all can hear me. I know my camera is probably swaying. I do apologize. But first and foremost, before I cut off my air layer, I make sure that my cutting utensil is sanitized. I've already used alcohol and cleaned it off. But I got my container ready for the transport. It's my opinion, and just my opinion, that when you're about ready to transfer something, be that an air layer or anything else, get your new location ready first, be that in ground or in a container. Make sure that you have the hole dug, you have your fertilizer ready, and you're ready to go. So that's done. Let me show you. And then we'll go to the back and we'll look at that air layer. So let's look at the hole. I'm gonna place the fig air layer over here by the peach tree because I forgot and I put pigeon peas in the other container. So what I can do is I can take that pigeon pea, bring it over here and just swap the containers around. It doesn't really matter. But I do want to make sure that I have plenty of room for the fig. And I know the peach tree does leaf out quite well. And I don't want to overshadow that with the fig. So I'll probably move this container down further because the pigeon pea, once that gets to growing, it's going to grow up tall and it's not going to overshadow anything. It'll actually probably give the peach tree, which is right here, some shade, which is what it desperately needs during the summertime. And again, I do apologize for all the wind. It's very windy out today, but I dug my hole. I dispatched of the grubs. There were several grubs in there. I dispatched of them, dug my hole. I have a container down here, a reused container that's got fertilizer in it. I have the excess soil over to my left in a bucket. So let's go to the fig tree. So we got ready. Let's do this. I don't know about you all, but I'm a little excited about this whole adventure. So let's go down to the back down here. I'm trying to watch my feet so that I don't fall. The fig is coming alive, and I'll show you all in just a second. It is waking up, and it is waking up very quickly. So I want to make sure that I get this new fig baby put in its own place. That way it'll thrive and really give out in the spring. So let's get ready. I do have some limbs I'm going to be taking out. I'm going to be cutting these, making maybe 2 pieces here. And any crossing limbs, I'll be cutting that one there, taking that out. And anything crossing, like perhaps this one here, maybe the one next to it, and freeing up some space inside of this beautiful fig tree. I want to keep goblet shaped, and so I will be taking those out and putting them on my Etsy store. But they'll be a fresh cut, so I'm not going to cut them just this second. When I'm ready to put them out to sell, I will go ahead on, clip them, and get them mailed out. I try to mail out as quickly as I can. We're in position. Let's unwrap this baby. Let me put my clippers down. Let's unwrap it and see if we have any roots. I am hoping that we do. As I mentioned, it's been on here for 5 months, and there should be roots in here. There really should be. I believe there will be. Oh, I am pleasantly surprised, you all. Hang on, let's get this aluminum foil out of the way. Woo-wee! Now, the roots on the fig, in my opinion, they're dark. And so it may be a little difficult for you all to see, but I have plenty of roots in here. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to move that aluminum foil over there. I should have brought some scissors. I don't think I'll be able to. Let's see if I can do this with my fingers and unknot this. And I do apologize if it all my body is in the way. I have to say that now because I've noticed in a couple of older videos like the one I did, my live, my body was in the way. If you've never made any content, you won't know that it takes a lot to put content together. And sometimes it doesn't always work the way you'd like for it to. Such as today, the wind is extremely high, and sometimes your body's in the way. I don't have a camera person, it's just me and my phone. So I have to do what I have to do, and it doesn't always look the best. But we're all here, right? So you obviously like it. Now I'm trying to get this knot out of here and it's not working. All right, let's see. Let's see. Trying not to be too rough because it did kind of sink inside of the bag. I hope it's not tearing up anything as I'm pulling it loose. But I'm trying to dislodge this twine. And I tied the twine not excessively tight, but I did try to tie it tight enough that way it stayed. And so it did dig into the bag a little bit. But I'm hoping that as I'm taking it loose, I'm not tearing up any of those new roots that are growing. I know y'all are probably just anxious. You're anxious as I am. Okay, let's see. One more, I think. No. Let me get the clipper. Like I mentioned, I can't seem to get that undone. Let me just be patient. See if I can get it. All right, maybe. See here, maybe something's coming loose. Maybe not. I think it's double tied. It's double knotted. I double knotted it. Y'all, I'm trying to get this loose and not use my shears. Okay, here we go. Now you're probably going, why don't you just use your shears? Dramatic effect. Dramatic effect. All right, we got it loose. All right, so let's get the rest of this twine away. And then we will begin to unveil. Let's move this twine over there. And let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I do have some dark colored roots and some one light white root. I'm hoping these dark colored roots are not a show of death. But let's see. Let's cut it out. Let's take this out of here. I use this little board and this little piece of wood to prop it up so that it would stay put as it was trying to grow roots. So let me go around this way and see if I can see it from the base so that I can cut it free. I don't want to cut anything other than what I am trying to get out of here. And I'm wiggling it a little bit so I can see where it is. So here we go. I'm going to go as far down as I can without hurting anything else because I have some new figs growing. And this is going to be a little tight. Let's see. Hang on, y'all. It's hard for me to bend because I hurt my knees. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get in here. Let's see. Alrighty. I can't see you guys. And I think I may have to go get a bigger lopper because the base of this is pretty thick in my opinion. So maybe I can go this way. Trying to see it. I might be able to get at it this way. Let's see if I can or not. Fingers crossed, I don't know. I'm trying not to cut anything new. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Ooh wee, lovely. It is free. Look at that. Can you all see that? Let's go over to the pot and then we'll unveil. I decided not to go over to the pot. I decided to come over to the patio and sit And I do apologize for my camera moving. The wind is very, very high today. And so let's take a look and see if we can get this bag off. I'm going to have to cut into it and peel it away. So let's see if I can do that. Hopefully not cut any roots, because I can actually see some roots in there. So let's see if I can do this. Let's do this first. Let's see if I can open it, get an eye on where those roots are. Can you all see that? Hang on, hang on. Look at all those roots, you guys. Is that clear enough for you all? Can you all see that? I hope that those roots are alive. I do see some white along with the dark part. And I don't know if my clipper or my pruner will cut this plastic. I may have to go inside the shed and get some scissors. Okay, no, maybe not. My fingers are working right now. Let me get my gloves. I don't want to put any of my hand oils on it, just in case that makes a difference at all. Okay, and I don't want to tear anything. And again, sorry for all the noises. The wind is throwing things down to the ground and breaking up the patio. Y'all probably didn't see what I was doing over here. I hope you did. I'm trying to free it out of this plastic bag and not cut any of those roots that have been growing in that bag. I really should go get some scissors, but I'm going to do what I can here with my hands. There we go. And I do apologize if you all cannot see. I'm trying to figure out how to free it. It's actually molded right down in there. I really would love to get that out of there, but I don't want to tear the root. So I'm going to have to just maybe stick it in some water and let it loosen up, which is what I need to do. Let's go put this in some rainwater and just loosen that up a little bit and hydrate those roots. So let me go do that. Okay. I'll be right back. So I was able to soak the root ball in some rainwater. I continued to peel away the plastic and literally sever one piece of it. Severing one half of it allowed me to gently and slowly pull the other half away without tearing up or damaging any of the root ball. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some rooting powder, and on that cut down there, I'm going to put some rooting powder on that cut. And now we're going to get this in that container. So let's get to full transparency. This is the rooting powder I was talking about. I'm a little nervous about it because the wind is blowing, so I'm going to dip down a little bit and put a little bit on this cap. You all can't see it just yet. And then I'm going to take it and just dip that right in that rooting powder, just like that, all on the bottom. And then we're going to get that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to dust some rooting hormone, the rest of it on here. It's actually blowing in the wind. Ugh. I'm going to get a little bit more. I'm going to dust a little bit on that side as well. Can't hurt. I would love to have a 100% success rate. And as far as I'm concerned right now, this is a 100% success rate as far as my air layer is concerned. So I am just going to dust with some rooting hormone, just like that. All right, let's go over to the container and let's get this baby planted. The wind is very, very loud today. It's rude, y'all. The wind is rude. I have worms already in this container. So I'm just going to do this and just take a little bit of this soil out. I do want to give this root ball some depth. So we're going to do that just like so, just to give it some depth. Just like that. And all I did was take that soil and place it in the container. that you all saw next to this pot, that big bucket. Now this right here is some azomite rock dust for the rooting to help with those roots to settle in. I have some bone meal, blood meal, because it's waking up, and I have some Osmocote, which is a slow release fertilizer. So I'm going to put a little bit down there like that. Now also what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of that soil that I took out of that pot, and I'm going to place that soil to give it a cushion. I'm going to place that soil right on top of there like that. I don't believe it will burn the roots, but I don't want to take the chance of anything happening to these baby roots. Just move it over like that. And then I'm going to take this tree, this baby tree, and I'm going to look at it and see how do I want to position it? Which way do I want it to grow? And then I'm going to place it like that and then backfill with that soil that I took out. Just like that. Just backfill it. And I'm going to push that. Now I probably need to put it a little bit deeper because I can see that root ball, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get some wood chip and put some wood chip in. There we go. Just seed it in real good. Just like that. And I'm going to get a little wood chip. I'm not going to move this because I planted this up yesterday with some clover. I don't remember which one. I think this was the crimson clover. So I'm not going to just move this around. I'm going to go and get some wood chip, and I'm going to put some wood chip right around here. I'm not going to mound it up around this root ball. Matter of fact, I may go get a handful of soil and just put a handful of soil right there, as well as some wood chip. So let me go do that. I went and got some coconut coir and a pinch of that soil that I got from the landscape soil place, and I'm just going to pour it in there like that, just like that, just to make sure that I'm covering up that little bit of root ball over there that is kind of sort of, I'm going to move it down a little bit, the soil, but get that over there, just like so, just like so. And now I'm going to go and get that wood chip. All right, friends and family, that is how you air layer a Chicago hardy fig tree. It does not take 5 months, but because I did this 5 months ago, I let it sit over the winter just to make sure that it was going to do what it needed to do, get all the nice roots put down, nice healthy root system put down, so that way when I transplanted it, it would be a nice healthy tree. So I'm going to spend some time this evening going through the garden, watering and feeding, actually a liquid feed, and this is going to get some liquid feed. It already has buds opening up. Let me show you. Buds waking up on it already. This bud was waking, but it got cold, and I think it's dying back. I hope not, but it does have some on the other side, so hopefully it'll spring up as well. There is a new baby coming from the bottom down there that had an alive bud on it. If this is not alive, I will cut it off. So that way I have 3 limbs, one in the bottom, and these 2 coming up in a goblet shape. So that is my fig tree. So let me go because you all, I know you can hear my wind chimes, and it sounds like it's going to be a tornado running through here. The wind is just ridiculous. So let me go say goodbye properly. All right. Thank you for joining me in the garden today. I feel really good about that. I am going to air layer a few other trees this year, and I will take you all along with me. I'm not going to stay on here long because this wind is ridiculous and I need to water. And every time it starts to blow really hard, my allergies get to acting up and I can feel it already. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this long process. I do apologize that it took so long, but it was in the fall and I didn't want to cut it during the wintertime. I wanted to cut it when it was waking up. So it should put down roots nicely in that 17-gallon container. I am going to move it to where I have the plum tree, and that way the roots or the base of the plum tree hopefully will get some shade. I'll move that pigeon pea over to where the new baby is right now. As it grows up, hopefully it will shade the peach tree. So win-win. So thanks again, everybody. Do me a favor, hit that like button, leave me a comment. If you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, because there's always something going on over here, good, bad, or indifferent. So thanks again, and I'll see you hopefully in the garden real soon, because spring is going to be here next week and I am all ready for it. Bye for now.